This painting has shifted so much. Today, I'm finishing it. Let's see how far it can go and how I decide what stays and what goes. I'll answer a viewer's question about breathing space, and I'll explain how I started painting with intuition and finish it with intention. This painting was inspired by a flower field I stumbled upon during a road trip this fall. The colors, the way the light hits the petals, it stayed with me. It's funny how something so simple can linger in your mind until it finds its way onto the canvas. So while this flower field was the spark, I further imagined what it would look like with an early snow, and that's what's inspired this piece. As I left the painting last week and realized I had been painting the flower field, I decided it needed some green and more yellow. I mixed up this gorgeous soft green using the cerulean blue and yellow ochre on my palette. I added a touch of the magenta and the warm gray I mixed up last week to harmonize my colors. I'm applying the green with my palette knife to add some interest and texture. I love how the green and magenta play off each other. These colors are popping. Now that I've added the green and the canvas looks quite chaotic, it's time for me to add some softness, to quiet the chaos and bring the painting together. A viewer asked me to explain or demonstrate the process of giving my artwork space, asking if it is a feeling or emotion or simply a foundational idea in art composition. For me, adding breathing space to a painting is both a feeling and an emotion, and it's also an important part of the composition. Let me explain. By the middle stage, my canvas is usually busy and chaotic, full of marks and layers. That's when I start to quiet things down, to take away some of the noise. As I add those layers of gray and soft white, I'm covering up parts of the chaos, creating areas of calm, little pockets of breathing space that help guide the viewer's eyes across the canvas. So this part takes time, and I've condensed a lot of it here. Otherwise, we'd be here all day. I'm painting with intention now, really looking at the canvas to see where it feels too busy and softening those areas with lighter color. I step back often to see where my eye moves and if it feels balanced to me. This is the back and forth, the give and take, and the part that feels like a dance. And all this time, I have my flower field inspiration in my mind, imagining how it might look after an early snow. I'm happy with the overall composition and the breathing space now. It's time for a few final details. Some marks that will give the feeling of petals and shimmering light bouncing off the snow. Thank you for spending time with me in my studio and watching this flower field inspiration transform into an abstract painting. If you enjoyed watching this painting come to life, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to my channel. There's more large abstract paintings, real-time process, and inspiration ahead.